All right, guys, the big one has arrived. Amazing Fantasy number 15. This is the first appearance of Spider-Man in comic books. It dropped August 1962. So the 60th anniversary, we get the NFT version, digital collectible comic, readable in AR on VeVe. This is super exciting. It was really a drop for all the people who were here and in support of this project from the start to the finish. They could have done a marketing or advertising run in advance of this project for a week or a month to really build the hype up and get in new users. And some people probably would have preferred that, right? But the way they did drop it, right after KYC and payout was approved, they dropped it with 2 days notice. It was kind of a stealth drop like they do many times. We didn't have much warning. Unless you were paying attention to the clues, they dropped throughout the AMAs and stuff like that. There were hints that it might be coming. And shout out to O'Milly for getting David in the AMA to kind of confirm it a little bit. And with them displaying their actual physical copies that they had, it just confirmed it that much more for people. Hopefully you were able to secure one. If not, it's still available. It may retrace a little bit. It may not. But let me tell you why I decided to invest into this collectible. And I do consider this one an investment. And that could be a long-term thing. It could be a short-term thing. But either way, I put $8,000 into a low mint, actually the third public mint available of this comic book, just because it is such an iconic book. It's considered a grail among grails, among physical collectors. The 9.6 CGC rated version of this comic sold at auction for $3.6 million. It's only second to Action Comics number 1, which is the first appearance of Superman. And it would be awesome if we eventually get DC Comics as well. I'd love to own that as well. But to me, this will always be my grail. I'm much more of a Spider-Man fan. I was actually a Batman fan as a kid growing up. I think the movies were more popular back then. And then Spider-Man kind of took over, right? So you had the cartoons, then you got the movies, then the MCU. So super excited to actually own this, and still can't really believe it. I got into collecting comics as well from VeVe, and Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen are two of my favorite characters from the new school. So picking up some variant covers here and there. I have probably over 300 physical comics. Just picked this one up yesterday and counting. So VeVe is good at turning regular people into collectors. And I'm bullish on that long term, no matter what happens in the short term. Having one of the lowest mints is a privilege and an honor that I'll be happy to hold on to as long as I can. This dropped in 5 variants. So obviously the classic was the common, only 6,000 editions, which is pretty notable. There's actually around 2,500 graded copies of Amazing Fantasy, and it's pretty scarce even in this new format. So very interesting how it might perform over the long run. I was super lucky on the drop to actually hit the ultra rare, which I actually flipped out of to secure my low mint that I got into. So when this first hit, it was around 150 to 300. You couldn't really purchase any of those lower priced ones. Some people did get some of the $300 ones, but the floors were locked up pretty good. So let's dive into the market quick and see what it's doing. The last I knew, the secret rare was up over 20K. So let's just take a look here. Market listings are around 1140 right now. 562 commons. The floor is 679. There are 77 ultra rares. The floor is 2.9K. So that's gone up about 33%. The secret rare is at 24K right now. That's super impressive in this kind of bear market we're experiencing. Only 250 people will ever be able to own one of these, and actually probably less, a lot less than that, because I'm sure some people have multiples who have the money to afford it. I saw it as low as 10K at one point, so interesting to see how that plays out. The uncommon's been kind of slept on. It is getting a little love right now. I saw this as low as 300, so that's creeping back up, and the rare is at 700 right now. Now, this could all retrace, like I said. We still are in a bear market with not a lot of liquidity moving into the app. I think 200,000 a day. So interesting that just yesterday, 150,000 of that was spent just on the common of Amazing Fantasy 15. So lots of people putting respect on this book as they should, but I do think it's possible we see prices go back down before they go up again. So always bear in mind your time horizon, and if you're viewing this as an investment, this is not financial advice from me one way or another. I'm just telling you how I thought about the moves that I made. I bought this piece really because it's like I feel like it's a museum piece of that substance. It could be something an institutional investor would be interested in. Only 3 mints away from the top mint. In the common, there was a 187, which is a super dope mint. I talked to that guy, and he's holding on to that thing tight. He said he wants to pass it down to his kids, so that's a really cool mint. 188, he did show some interest in selling, but I think his price is just continuing to creep up as more and more people reach out to him with offers for that. And I was able to grab the 189 at what I feel was a decent price. So super happy with that. And the 186, that's the actual lowest mint on this book, actually landed in the uncommon. And I know who is the owner of that one as well. And he bought it off the secondary. So I'm not going to put his info out there like that. But super happy for him as well. He's a cool dude. Love chatting with him. But other than that, super excited to be here on VeVe. We also just got this Golden Age book, first appearance of Groot, which is super cool. VeVe is really just dropping knowledge. So every book they drop, people can go out and research it, learn a lot more. I didn't know Amazing Spider-Man 194 was the first appearance of Black Cat until I got onto VeVe. I didn't know Amazing Spider-Man 361 was the first appearance of Carnage until I got onto VeVe. That's one of my favorite books on here. All the variant covers of that are awesome. Same with Ultimate Fallout number 4. That was actually the first book I bought in physical format after seeing it on VeVe and really diving in and falling in love with those characters. So just letting you guys know my thought process. Happy to chat if you are interested in learning more about VeVe. If you're not familiar with the space, basically they offer premium digital collectibles. So like this Spider-Man, for instance, you can place an augmented reality and blow it up or shrink it down in size. You can create vaults where you place all your characters and see them in a augmented reality environment as well, once that's all set up. And they have plans to create their own, what they call a VeVeverse, which is kind of their metaverse in the future. So overall, just bullish on the project, still long term. Haven't talked about it much, kind of been just slowly accumulating a little bit here and there. But when this dropped, I had to go for it. Didn't have a time to make the video before to let you guys know. I did let some people know on Facebook, and obviously Twitter was already in the know. So hopefully you guys were able to go for the drop. I know a lot of us hit in the community, and a lot of us also didn't, that were outside the US, so that's kind of unfortunate. But hopefully you were able to get something you're happy with. In the long run, I think we'll all be doing well if we just buy what we like on VeVe, and history will be on our side because now this is on the blockchain. The data is immutable, and we have something super special. So with that being said, make sure you stay tuned to the next video. Win Pokemon, win Dragon Ball Z. We should see those coming soon, hopefully. We just saw that Dragon Ball Z is going to be on Fortnite. So with that being said, they probably have similar styles of collectibles they could drop on VeVe if they're already creating stuff for Fortnite. So that's one I'll go heavy on as well. Probably load some fiat if we do get Dragon Ball Z, and just be super excited to collect that stuff. So appreciate you guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos. Catch you on the next one.